It's been a minute since we've been in Harrington's room, but today we're finally going to finish up some ticky-tacky projects, as Zeb would say it.
Hanging pictures and things.
And we'll show you the final project.
To stick with the industrial theme for Harrington's room, we're going to be using this curtain rod that looks like pipe. It's from Threshold Quality and Design. We picked it up at Target. I believe it was $25 to $30, somewhere in there. Then we also have some room darkening curtains that we're going to be using on this rod. These were $10 a piece and we got 2 of them. It did come with a little packet of hardware, but I already had anchors in the wall from his previous curtain, so I'm just going to use those. Alright, I've already got the curtain on the rods. Let's see if I can screw these on without pulling everything off the wall.
Whenever I'm looking at doing a gallery wall, I usually go to IKEA because you can get inexpensive frames and lots of them. So these frames are the Ribba. They were $2.99 each and I bought 8 of them. We're gonna put 4 on each side of his curtains and we're gonna be using his football pictures. I get my football pictures printed at Costco. My son does not like to be in front of the camera, but luckily when the football photographer is taking pictures, he doesn't have much of a choice. So I had a good selection. I'm gonna get these all framed up and on the wall. So these come with a mat if you want to use like a standard 4x6 photo. I like the impact that a bigger picture gets. So I'm gonna go ahead, take the mat out and then use just the 4x7 in each of these. You kind of have to decide whether you want them to go all one way or the other. All my pictures are going horizontal. You can mix it up, but then it needs to be like even on both sides. I actually, when I'm going for a modern look, like it better when all the pictures are going the same direction. So all of these will be going horizontal. So we went with a really industrial kind of rug to put in here. He already has carpet in here, but it's kind of gross. We cleaned it, but they're still stained. So this is gonna protect what there is left of the carpet, as well as bring the room together and hide all the stains. Because it's from IKEA, it measures in centimeters, and it's 200 by 300 centimeters. In feet and inches, it's 6 foot 7 inches by 9 foot 10 inches. So a really big rug, and I think it was under $100.
All right, I'm gonna hold the bed up while Jamie sees if she can finagle it. We're doing this backwards. We got the rug after we already had the bed down and in here. This is the wall right next to his desk. The door opens and there's about 2 feet of area where there's just blank wall. We're gonna put him a coat hanging system there for his coats, his backpack, sweaters, whatever he's got. We got it from IKEA. It's called the Kertotech, guessing on that, but that's how it's spelled. So I'm thinking I'm gonna hang this just right here. We're leaving it the natural wood so that it matches the desk. We're gonna leave it a little lower though, because there's going to be a poster up above it here that we're going to do next to the TV. It comes with these little file card holders. Not sure that we will use them, but that's going to cover that screw up.
So we've got the frame that Zeb built to go with the poster that Zeb's working on. And then we also have the frame that went on Harrington's old magnet board. This frame has had many lives. It was white, then I painted it blue, and I don't even know, the paint job on it is so bad. I don't know what kind of paint I used. I probably painted this thing a good 10 years ago. It's like the craft paint and it chipped off, and I think I tried to make it look like blue barnwood, but it's pretty sad. Anywho's, we're gonna go ahead and cover all that up with a nice couple of coats of Fairy Chalk Mother and Best Black. I'm not going to do any distressing because his room is very modern, but I want these to be black because his other frames are black and I want to tie all of them together. So this frame, Zeb took 4 boards, he cut them down to size, We've got the longest pieces on each side. They don't have like a 45 or anything. Then he glued all the joints and stapled them end to end. We will paint this and then we'll actually staple the poster directly to the back of it. When you walk into the room and you go to your right, the first thing you notice is this huge focal point wall. It's done with Rocky Mountain decals with our Japanese wave print. It's beautiful, modern, and perfect for a teenage room. When your eye comes around, then you immediately see the wall full of football pictures. All of them were taken by the football photographer at school. They're great action shots and something that Harrington truly loves. We didn't spend a lot of money. All the frames came from IKEA and were $2.99 a piece. Next is the awesome bedding that we got from Betty's. It unzips on the side, it's easy to make, it's very comfortable with a minky fabric on the inside, and then it's got the flap that goes over the edge that makes it feel like a traditional blanket, but you don't have to worry about the blanket sliding off on the floor or it taking a long time to make. It's easy to just zip up the side and go. Plus, when you're ready to wash, you just pull off the whole thing, throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, easy peasy. So the pillow that we have on the bed, we actually made using a t-shirt that we bought from the high school. They sell these t-shirts for $5, which makes it great for a project like this. It was just a simple sew together and stuff, and then it pulls together the theme. And then we've got a stadium blanket on the end of his bed carrying the Lehi theme across. For the rug, we went to IKEA. It was just under $100. It's a dark gray. It's kind of important when you're putting a rug on the floor. If you've got a lot of tone on tone, you want your darkest tone to be on the floor. It grounds it, and then the eye will go up from there with the lighter shades of gray.
The curtains were a nice touch. They've got an industrial style rod that we got from Target. We also got the blackout drapes from Target, and they're a solid gray.
When Harrington initially asked for us to decorate his room, he wanted it all gray. We put in a little bit of purple, which was kind of fun, but you'll notice that most of the large pieces in the room are a gray color. He wanted gray walls, gray carpet, gray everything. We settled on this amount of gray. So you'll notice that the bedding's gray, the rug's gray, the curtains are gray, and then we've got gray over on the desk, and that was one of his main requests. And it's awesome to do that in a room. Just make sure your tones are separate enough that they give a little bit of interest, and then things need to have different texture. When you come over to this chair, we went with this gray tweed fabric, which is very traditional, very modern, and then on the back we had some fun by using a t-shirt from his high school, which ties back in that purple.
The desk was a really fun project. I used some old cotton wood that I milled locally with my dad here, and I used the live edge to make a resin river in the center, and we lit it up with some LED lights, which gives it a fun touch. It's got that purple strip that is really visible if he doesn't want the light on, and it looks awesome. It kind of gives a warmer tone because we left the natural wood, but it still ties in with the industrial vibe.
We went with cut pulls on the IKEA nightstands underneath the desktop, and that's a great way to make any kind of a desk. As long as you have two nightstands that are the right height, then you can add a top. Automatic desk. We carry over into our little hook system that we have going on for Harrington. We purchased at IKEA. It's where he can drop his backpack and all of his hats and his football gear. When you're doing a bedroom for a teenager, it's really important to think about them and their needs. It was a stretch for us to do a room that wasn't like chippy, distressed. It's not my normal style, but it was a way to jump out of my comfort zone, do something a little more modern, streamlined. Zev got to do his live edge desk. It lights up. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. For the colors that we used today, we used Gunmetal from Fairy Chalk Mother, and then we used Best Black from Fairy Chalk Mother on the frames. We also used the clear resin that we sell on our website. We'll have the links to all those below. They're from JamiRayVintage.com, as well as the links for Betty's and the wallpaper.
If you got a teenager in your life that would love a sports themed room, this is your video. If you know someone that has a teenager in their life that would love a sports themed room, please share the video. That really helps us out and we appreciate it.
Don't forget to hit that notifications button so you don't miss our next videos, all of our DIYs. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.